FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.
Welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey with your host Will and your co-host, the Water Cooler Guru, FM 88.1 WHPR Power Talk Live Radio. Live call-in number 313-868-3688. Live every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. Live streaming at FM881WHPR.com.
Jersey, I'm your host, Will, with the Water Cooler Guru. Thank you for joining us today. Call-in number is 313-868-3688. 313-868-3688. If you have any questions for the Water Cooler Guru or myself, once again, thank you for joining us at Detroit Sports Jersey. Let's jump right into it with the Detroit Tigers.
Okay, good morning, Detroit. I'm your Water Cooler Guru, Haven Robinson, and we want to talk about, well, first we want to give them congratulations on a great season for the Detroit Tigers. And let's dig into, they lost Game 6, 15-5, which was a poor showing in my opinion. I mean, we could have went out a little bit better than that.
Oh, I agree, but there was, three things, in my opinion, that killed this series. There was the bullpen, men left on bases. You can't win like that. And the MVP, Nelson Cruz. Them three things right there doomed the Tigers.
And Texas bullpen was lights out.
That's just true.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats, man. I mean, our bullpen, let me see. Oh, my God. Penny had an ERA of 27. Scherzer had an ERA of 9.7. Perry had an ERA of 9. And the great, what's his nickname now? The Velvet Day, what they call him? Grandpa?
Grandpappy, Big Poppy, Grandpappy, Granddaddy, Grandmaster. I don't know. Who cares? They season over. He gone home.
Grandpappy had an ERA of 8.31. I mean, give me a break.
I mean, you know what? Like you said, we can't knock the season. And fans, please don't call in and tell something injuries. I don't want to hear the injuries. That's all part of the game. You know, you just got to step it up. And because Texas has some injured players.
Holy, Green Bay had 21 injuries last year and won the Super Bowl. So what excuse is that?
So like I said, the main thing was keeping them keeping men left on base. You can't do that. You know, at the first, I think 4 games, I counted 35 men left on base.
Holy, they left in one game. They left 22 guys on base.
Oh, yeah, this is true. Once again, call in with your opinions, 313-868-3688. This is Detroit Sports Jersey, live on 88.1 FM, WHPR. So what do you think as far as how this going to play off into next season?
Well, hopefully we can get another bat in the lineup. They need some more hitting, without a doubt. We need some more pop in the lineup. I don't care how great your pitching is, you must score some runs.
Well, we had a lot of pop in the regular season, so nobody wasn't crying about that then. So what's going to make the difference between now and next? I mean, of course, it showed in the playoffs. It caught up with them.
You need more than Cabrera and Martinez. I mean, basically, that was your two best hitters. And Young stepped up because they got him at the trade deadline. And then our catcher, Alex, he just disappeared.
And Cruz, let's not, let me tell you something about Cruz, right? He was the MVP. He had 6 homers, 13 RBIs, which set a record for the ALLC. So, like I said, he was the killer for him. And the men left on base, I mean, I can't stress that enough.
I'm looking at Cruz stats. He pert near had more RBIs than the Tigers scored runs.
This is what you say. What you say? So he was a one-man machine, huh? He was a one-man machine.
And then I'm looking at Alex stats. 25 plate appearances. He scored run, and only had 2 hits.
Hold on, wait a minute. We got a call. That's Texas. They still scoring. Texas, they still scoring. As we speak. Yeah, that third inning last night, that was brutal. That killed them. I mean,
That was totally ridiculous.
exactly. I didn't think it was gonna ever end. So, like I said, not a bad season, but I'm sorry if this how you was gonna show up in the playoffs. I'd rather see the Yankees move on. I ain't even gonna lie.
Right, they beat the Yankees and then laid down against Texas. That's the way I see it. They laid down.
No. You can't say they laid down. Texas beat them. You got to forget they defending champs. They was there last year. They went to the World. They didn't win it last year, unfortunately. But they was there last year. So it's not like it was a fluke that they was there this year.
Really? Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. And
You know.
us as Detroit fans, we need to jump on the bandwagon and go ahead and root for Texas. Don't be sore losers.
Oh, this is true. You got to root. You don't have to, but root for the American League. Let them bring it home. I was hoping actually that it would be a rematch between St. Louis and Detroit from a couple of years ago.
Exactly. We need to get revenge.
So it didn't happen that way. So feel free, like I said, to call in, voice your concern, your opinions. 313-868-3688, 88.1 FM WHPR.
And hopefully maybe management will get us another starting pitcher, a couple of more bats in the lineup, and hopefully that'll help.
But before we move on, we're going to have a contest here. It's called 3 on 3. And I'm going to let the water guru explain exactly about this contest that we have starting next Sunday, where you can win a Visa?
Yeah, $50 gift card.
Spend it
A
anyway.
Visa gift card. Spend it any way you want.
Spend it any way you want. Wake up and put $50 in your pocket next Sunday.
Put $50 in your gas
So
tank.
exactly, what they have to do with this contest here.
Okay, what we want to do, we want to try to make it fair. So if they just ask me questions alone, which they probably nobody know all the answers. So to make it fair, we call it a 3 on 3. You call in with 3 questions, and if I can answer all 3 or 2 or just 1, what I'll do is fire back 3 questions to you. So whoever gets the most questions out of the 3 will win the gift prize, and the tie goes to the caller. So if I answer 2 of your questions and you answer 2 of my questions, then you get the prize.
Oh, I like that. The tie goes to the caller. So we'll be starting this next week. Like I said, it'll be a segment called 3 on 3. So basically,
And we want questions related to like how many championships. I mean, who was his 3rd wife, and who was his oldest child by his girlfriend. I don't know stats like that. I mean, let's keep it. How many championships they won, batting titles. Like Cruz has got the record for 5 home runs in the American League Championship Series. We want questions like that. Who won the Russian title in 1975? Stuff on that nature. I mean, either individual accomplishments or team accomplishment. Now, as far as a personal life and, I can't answer them questions like that. What side of the bed he got up on Monday morning before the championship? I don't know questions like that. How many girlfriends he got? I don't know questions like that. His mother's maiden name? I don't know questions like that.
And also they got a time limit, correct?
Yes, because we want to keep it fair. I mean, I don't want you to go on the internet when I ask you a question, and you tap in, and so we'll think 30 seconds. If you can cheat in 30 seconds, you can win the gift certificate. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to come up with an answer. Now, if you that quick, and if you want to, 30 seconds, I think that's fair.
30 seconds, okay. So I'm looking forward to that next week. 3 on 3 with the water cooler guru. It'll be you and him battling 1-on-1.
I'll challenge anybody out there.
It made the best man win.
We're not professionals here, but we're the king of the amateurs.
Okay, you the king of the amateurs? Okay. So let's move on to the big game that happened yesterday. Michigan State. What you think about that?
Well, Hulk, I'm disappointed in him. He want to play musical chairs with the quarterback. I'm really confused with that. The best player on your team, you taking him out the game?
Well, it was a defensive game. What can I say? They had his number. He wasn't, I understand what you're saying about taking him out the game, but They had his number
Well,
yesterday.
I wasn't the only one feeling like this. The game was on ESPN, and the ESPN announcers were saying the same thing. Why is the best player sitting on the bench?
Well, with 7 sacks, that's why.
And they would say, well, he's better than what they had in there.
You know what's unfortunately right for the Michigan players, that's the seniors. That means, that's 4 straight games that they done lost to Michigan State. This haven't happened since 62, 52, 62, something of that era. First time they went, like I said, seniors as far as Michigan, never beat Michigan State. So I think it was 1962. So, yeah, since 1962, yeah.
I hate to seem like an ex-girlfriend by bringing up the past. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't they run Lloyd Carr out of town?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And he brought them a national championship.
And how well has they done since then?
And also, I want to say one thing. Oh, my God, Michigan and Michigan State, put them uniforms back in the closet. That looked like Notre Dame out there playing.
They said that was some kind of combat.
No, yeah. Nike combat. They was 9, one of 9 teams that was picked to wear them Nike combats this year. So, Michigan looked like bumblebees, and Michigan State looked like Notre Dame. Exactly. Oh, my God. But let's get back to the game. First game, loss of the season for Michigan, so 5-1. Michigan State 6-1. Well, Michigan 6-1. Michigan State 5-1. I apologize for that.
If I'm not mistaken, is this the way the picture played out last year? Didn't they start off 5-0? Michigan, if I'm not.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, that's 5-0.
So hopefully they can rebound from this, and Hope need to learn that keep your best player in the game at all times. I know his passing, I think he missed 7 straight passes in a row, but still, he's your best chance of winning. He's your best player. I'm going to keep him in there slinging or running. I'm going to run him, and run him.
Exactly. Also, I'd like to, give a special shout out to Edwin Baker here from Highland Park. He ran for 167 yards and a TD, so he did his thing yesterday.
Yeah, we got
so most definitely got to show some love to him. Local product here. So take the hat off to the green and white. They did their thing.
And we don't want to seem biased towards Michigan State. Like we're all on Michigan's side. It's just to me, Hope got out coached.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I said, it was a defensive game. That's the thing that basically killed them.
And then that pick 6, and when it was 14,
trying to run a trick play, Michigan State wasn't fooled.
I hear you.
Not at all. So fans, feel free to call in 313-868-3688. Detroit Sports Jersey. If you have a question for your host Will or the Water Cooler Guru, feel free to call in. Talk about the Tigers, Lions, college ball, high school ball, whatever's on your mind. And I'm going to give a shout out to the Red Wings last night. They still, I know I'm jumping ahead of myself, but, they still undefeated. So 4-0. So the last time, they did that, they brought home the Stanley Cup, which was 97-98. So hopefully they on track like they was in 97-98. So, give a shout out to them. Feel free, 313-868-3688, Detroit Sports Jersey with your host, Will. So, Michigan, they got some upcoming hard games, coming up here. They got Purdue next week. Then they at Iowa. Well, actually on the 29th, which is next week, at Iowa on the 5th. Illinois, they shocked me. They lost yesterday, too.
They shocked you?
Yeah, they shocked me. They was ranked number 15th. I mean, look who they lost.
Michigan was ranked 11th. So what are you telling me? So what are you telling me?
I'm shocked.
You shocked they was ranked that high?
Well, but you know what? Michigan State really can't celebrate this victory because they got a big game next weekend, too, against that pro-style offense in Wisconsin. That's going to be a night game. And they got to go, Nebraska. I'm sorry, Nebraska. They got to go to Nebraska.
Yeah, the week after that.
On the 29th. No, next week they play.
Well, they play Wisconsin next and then Nebraska.
Okay, Wisconsin.
Oh, and I see, didn't they play the Pee Wee team after that?
Who is that?
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, well, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about them. Well, they don't even show up.
And another thing I don't understand, because I was looking at the paper Friday, and I saw that Wisconsin was a 40-point favorite over, was that Indiana they played?
Uh-huh.
And I just couldn't believe that. I'm saying a 40-point favorite, a Division I school, with two Division I schools, and one of them is a 40-point favorite. And then I'm checking my scores yesterday, and if I'm not mistaken, where they lose by 40, it was 57 to, 59 to 3 or 59 to 7.
Who was this again?
Wisconsin and Indiana.
Oh, 59 to 7, yeah.
I mean,
Well, come on, Wisconsin.
you lose by 52. They predict. I mean, I would feel like this. If you told me I'm a 40-point underdog, I'm coming out there and giving my best shot.
Well,
I'm not losing by 40.
Well, it's as simple as this. Now, I know the Michigan State fans don't want to hear this, but Wisconsin's going to walk out the Big Ten with the champion. No doubt. They're running that pro-style offense. You know, they got them big boys up front.
They got that quarterback that transferred from North Carolina
State. Exactly. So, I know the fans don't want to hear this morning, but basically I'm putting all my money and eggs on Wisconsin coming out the Big Ten, hands down.
And don't y'all get it twisted. We like to root for the Big Ten. And, if Michigan and Michigan State got a shot, we'll ride with them. But I want the Big Ten to get some national exposure and win something big. And our best shot at winning a national title coming out the Big Ten is Wisconsin, whether you like it or not.
Oh, yeah, if they're going to match up against the big boys, the Alabamas, the LSUs, you're going to have to send that.
You got to play defense and you got to score some
that
points.
pro-style offense and defense they got, 'cause they ain't no joke.
Oh, yeah, because Oklahoma, Alabama, and LSU ain't taking no prisoners.
Exactly. And outside of Wisconsin, I don't see nobody. I don't care if Michigan State or Michigan end up winning the rest of their games and have to go against one of the big boys. Ask Michigan State what happened last year against Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
They whipped them like they was their daddy. So basically, they don't want to go exactly. They don't want to go up against Alabama again or the LSU. So, like I said, the best chance, Wisconsin is what I see. Feel free to call in 313-868-3688. WHPR 88.1 FM, Detroit Sports Jersey, with your host Will and the water cooler guru. So, also let me give a shout out to Wayne State. Unfortunately they lost last night. Yesterday, should I say, 20-17 on the last second field goal. So the Warriors, 10-game winning streak, unfortunately came to an end, but they'll bounce back. I think they got 4 more games left, 2 at home here down on Adams Field against San Diego State.
They need to come on and support the home.
Exactly.
They was ranked number 5 in the country in Division II. They had the 3rd best offense in Division II, 6th best defense in Division II, and they had 3 All-Americans on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they played Saginaw Valley State University on the 29th.
Ain't that your wife's alma?
Yeah, that's where my wife. She graduated from.
Okay,
so she's a Cardinal. She's a Cardinal.
She's gonna root for Saginaw. Okay.
She's a Cardinal. She graduated there.
Okay, we got a rivalry going next week, right in the house. Right in the house.
My lovely wife. Matter of fact, I think she want to go to the game next week, so we're gonna, see if we can get some tickets and go down there. Root for both teams. Both of them in state. So I ain't gonna hate on those. We just hope for a good game. Hopefully, don't nobody get seriously injured. So. Like I said, once again, I want to show my love to Wayne State. Like I said, go down there and support the fella. Like, they got 2 more home games coming up. Their last game of the season is 11-12, November the 11th against Findlay University. So that'll be their last home game. Both games, by the way, start at noon down on Adams Field, down at, Wayne State University. You know where it's at. Get down there and support the boys.
I hear you, because they get no love. Like last week, I was trying to find their score. I looked in the paper, and then they had an itty-bitty, beanie-weenie, teeny article on them. You know what I mean? Just no respect.
Was it itty-bitty, weeny,
Exactly. I had to get the magnifying glass out to read it. It's like one of them contracts you get in the small print. Well, Wayne State in the paper, they get small print. the information they don't want you to have.
Yeah. And before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to the veterans that's out there listening to us this morning. I had over the week a lot of veterans said they was gonna tune in this morning and give us a try, listen and see what we all about, and feel free to call in. You got any questions? The veterans located down there, in Detroit, they say they're gonna show their love for us this week. So go ahead and give us a call, 313-868-3688, Detroit Sports Jersey, with your host Will and the Water Cooler Guru. So once again, I'm gonna give a shout out to the veterans out there. Much love and appreciate you serving our country.
And let's get back to the Michigan game, because one thing I didn't appreciate was the late hit on the quarterback.
It's all part of the game, brother.
No, that's not part of the game. We got to keep it clean, man. You're winning the game. And then the late hit. I
ain't for no dirty playing. I don't condone that, but sometimes players get caught up in the moment. Big rival, Michigan State. That's probably what happened. The guy, he didn't do it intentionally. I don't think he woke up yesterday morning saying I'm gonna go ahead and get a late hit on the nine on shoelace.
I saw the play, man. It just looked. It was kind of ugly, man. He released the ball, and then my man just slammed him to the ground.
It's all part of the game. We'll separate the men from the boys. Speaking of men and boys, call in 313-868-3688. Feel free, ladies, if you're listening, call in also to welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey, new sports talk radio show over here on 88.1 FM Power Talk with your host Will and the Water Cooler Guru.
And remind them about the 3-on-3 next week.
Oh, yeah.
$50 gift certificate for anybody that can stump the guru.
Yeah, it'll be a Visa card or something like that, spending however you want.
Exactly. You want
for those who didn't take their ladies out for Swedish Day, here's a perfect opportunity to make it up next week.
Exactly. You got an extra $50.
And if she be nice, when you go to the drive-thru, she can put a little cheese on that. And if she's real nice, she can supersize it. You can keep 45 in your pocket. So once again, feel free to call in 313-868-3688.
Yeah, we would like to hear what Detroit is thinking.
Exactly, especially about the Tigers. Was you disappointed? Was you happy? Were you satisfied with the season? Were you satisfied with the playoffs?
Leland made a few bad calls in a couple of games, like the game where he sent Cabrera from third base when the score was tied. I don't think that was a good decision.
Well, actually, he didn't send him. It was the third base coach, because he held. He sent Miguel, right?
Cabrera.
And the game before that, they held up San Diego. So
you can't get nervous out there, man. And then everything reflects on the head coach. Yeah. When they fire somebody, they fire the coach first.
Well, one thing about Leland, he's dedicated to his coaches, so that third base coach ain't going nowhere, so. And
then Cruz, he's got a rocket arm. He's in right field. The ball was hit deep, but not that deep. And the normal baseball, if the man that's catching the ball is in front of you, you usually don't try to, challenge him. Especially Cabrera. I think he's listed at 240, but he probably weigh about 280, and I'm giving him a break at the 280.
So what you saying? They juggling the numbers?
Right. Even if it was Carl Lewis out there on third base, he probably would have got gunned down.
Exactly. This is true. So.
And then I think too. I was at the water cooler at work, and didn't nobody want to really listen to the guru. I was saying he was pitching the bullpen a little bit too much. You up 5-2. Why did you bring in Valverde in the game?
Was they drinking water? Was you interrupting a water break?
They thought I was crazy. I'm saying they pitching him too much. Showing up, they pitched him 3 games in a row, and then it didn't bite them then, but the last game that they won, ended up winning 7-5. They had the gigantic lead, but Texas started coming back, and they really had nobody to turn to in the bullpen because Benoit and Valverde had been expended already. Games that you didn't really need them in.
Speaking of Texas, this is the rumor going out there. I mean, everybody, of course, know that pitching staff that the Phillies have. Supposed to be one of the best in the leagues, right?
And one of them come from Texas.
And so the rumor out there now that if the Yankees don't go after CC, that Texas is going to go after him. Do you think that's a mistake or the right move? Because Texas don't have a bad pitching staff. I mean, do you think that will,
Well, really, CC is kind of like on his way out, and he probably going to want a little bit too much money, and Texas is probably not going to pay that what CC wants.
Because actually, CC got 4 years left, I believe, on his contract, and I think he's looking for like 6, if I'm not mistaken. And you're right, that's kind of, he getting up there. What is he, about 30, 2?
Yeah, he should be
3,
around,
something like that.
32,
So,
yeah.
CC, I don't see them paying, $20 million, even though the Yankees gonna do who is that, Jeter and not Jeter, but
Rodriguez.
yeah, Rodriguez. He gonna be 40 something years old, getting $30 million a year. Come on, what a! I would love to be his agent.
I hear you.
He went in there with the ski mask on the Yankees. Suck them up.
Yeah, but the Yankees, they that's what they do.
Yeah, that's their tradition. You're right about
They
that.
won 27.
Money's no object to them.
Exactly. And they win.
You
I
know.
mean, I don't, I don't knock the Yankees,
Okay.
but I don't think Texas will go after CC.
Before we go any further, let's give a little shout out to the high school PSL yesterday.
Oh yeah, because Crockett defeated Cass for the second time this year. King beat Renaissance, so King and Crockett will meet in the finals in one division. And Henry Ford beat Southwestern, and Douglas pounded Kettering. So you got Douglas versus Henry Ford, and Crockett versus King in the PSL Championship Divisions 1 and 2.
Who you going with?
Well, I was riding with Cass and King the whole year, so I got to stick with. I'm going with King, and then in the other division, I want to say I'm going to go with Douglas.
You gonna go with Douglas?
You heard it here first. King and Douglas.
And as a matter of fact, they play next Friday night. Next Friday night at Ford Field, 7 p.m.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
going to be a pro-like atmosphere. And Detroit, come out and let's support our high school football, please.
Exactly. Like I said last week, these is guys you're gonna be watching on the Sundays.
Exactly.
So this,
Exactly.
these just the future right here.
Exactly.
So feel free to just ignore that fan. Just ignore that. That was somebody speaking out of order there. Once again, feel free to call in 313-868-3688. Let us know what's on your mind, D. Let us know what's going on in Detroit, what you think about the Tigers, Lions games today, Michigan State, Wayne State, and the high school.
And that's another thing I like to, when maybe I'm getting old or senile, but when
Both.
I was in high school, the Detroit News and Free Press, we got coverage when we had, and I'm looking through the paper, and I see a itty-bitty, witty article about the city championship. And then they talking nothing about Douglas and Henry Ford. I mean, can we get a little love here? I mean, isn't this a Detroit paper, or am I confused?
Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to show some love, let them know what's going on. We ain't forgot about your PSL.
I mean, they got a nice article on, it ain't even an article, just a picture with subtitles underneath about Crockett and Cass. But Henry Ford gets no love, at all. I'm confused. Why can't we, I see Ann Arbor, Huron. Is that Ann Arbor is part of Detroit now? I'm just confused here. I mean, just correct me if I'm wrong.
He's
I see Northville. Is that part of Detroit now?
Oh, well, you know how it is,
I mean,
well, we talked about that
I see
before.
Wyandotte, Allen Park. I mean, but I'm confused. And they got articles where the Detroit school, all they got, they do have a picture. So I guess a picture beats 1,000 words. But I'm wondering why we can't get no love here. I'm really confused here.
That's what we're here. We're going to show them some love. They'll piggyback off for us. The media piggyback off for us. We'll show the PSL some love. We'll do that on a weekly basis, not only with football, but when basketball season start, we'll
Oh yeah, we're gonna show them some.
and hopefully in the near future we can bring some coaches on that would love to come on. If you're a high school coach here locally and you'd like to come on, feel free to come on. Detroit Sports Jerseys, 10 a.m. on Sundays, 88.1 FM, WHPR.
And we're not like the paper. We want to promote Detroit sports. That's why we say Detroit.
Exactly.
We want to show you some love.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at here too. It says more preps online. Me and my host here, we was looking online trying to find me. We digging deep, and barely could find anything. I mean, so.
I think that Cass and Crockett game ended kind of late because it got posted last night, like at 11 something. So when we was looking for it last night, that's the reason we probably couldn't find it.
Well, no, because they got a picture in the paper Sundays of the.
Oh, was that daylight?
I mean, so
I knew.
couldn't have been that. I mean, if it made the paper, I mean,
Somebody rolled by
and
and snapped a shot.
I'm looking at this. It says more preps online. It says read our coverage on the PSL semifinals. I mean, and all they talked about was the one game. They didn't talk about Henry Ford and Southwestern. I'm really, I'm confused. I mean, Swami, you the free press guru. I mean, what's up? You are the Detroit paper.
That's all right. We'll show some love here. We'll show some love. We'll give them some love. Now let's get to the big game of the day. Of course, everybody knows me. This is my team in town.
The Detroit Lions?
From sunny California, the 49ers. Now, this is the one game of the year that I'm going to have to, step aside and just let my boys
do.
Lion
jersey oh, no.
And just let my boys do their thing.
He's selling y'all out. Call in.
I've been a 49ers fan since 1980.
313-868-3688. Y'all better call in.
Let me give you some important stats. See, let me tell you something about Detroit, right? The Lions have been outscored 66-65 in the first half. Third quarter, they have outscored their opponent 52-10. Fourth quarter, they have outscored their opponent 61-6. So basically, this was before. I believe this was before the Monday night game. No. This was after the Chicago game. And you know what? This is going to be a big game today for the simple fact that they actually playing somebody. Not that Chicago wasn't a big game. Only reason that was a big game because it was a Monday night game. If that just would have been on a Sunday, it would just have been a regular game here in the city. But this is a big game today because they playing a 4-1. My 49ers. I know y'all hate to hear that. So what?
Yeah, call in.
Oh, feel free to.
313-868-3688.
And my 49ers, their stats are not that great. To be 4-1. I mean, they're 29th in pass. Oh my God, get that quarterback out of there.
No, it's passing. You need to go to pull up. He's I think number 5 in the NFL in passer rating.
No. Overall, they 29th ranked, and they only average 183 yards a game.
True, but his quarterback rating.
Okay, he's still a bomb.
No, he's not a bomb.
Rushing, rushing ain't bad. They 12th in the lead at 117, yards a carry. 117 yards a game. Opponent passing yards, they 23rd, so that means that no secondary. Giving up 264. That's what I'm saying. These numbers.
There's only 32 teams in the league. 23rd. Yeah, okay.
They giving up 76 yards a game.
Well, they got room for improvement.
So they can stop the run on defense with the passing, the secondary.
It ain't about stopping the run. Ain't nobody running. Why running? I can pass.
This is true. So
the quickest way between 2 points is a straight line.
So after further review, this 4-1 record by my team might be bogus.
Let's flip to the line and let's see what
let's see what's going on with them. It get worse.
Well, yeah, as I'm looking, I got my let me adjust my bifocal a little bit.
It gets worse.
Was they 18th against the run?
Yeah, 18th. They giving up 114 yards a game.
And they 24th in what now?
in yards rushing per game. They only rushing.
24th?
They only giving up. Hey, but you know what? You don't need to run to win the championship. Ask Green Bay last year. They was like 24th, 26th.
Yeah, but during the playoffs, they ran the ball.
You know.
Hello.
No.
During the playoffs,
When my man went down, Grant went down. They did not win. They won with the arm of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and they control the game with the running game. When you get a lead in the third and fourth quarter, you need to run the ball.
You know.
Ask Tony Romo.
You know, they sat well, seventh in passing, so my man, he's stepping up his game, the quarterback, Stafford, averaging 283 a game, which ain't bad. So it's probably, I say, on paper it's an even,
Exactly.
on paper there's an even team. So, but like we always know.
That slipped by me. I didn't know they would. I thought they would be ranked higher.
In what?
In the defensive stats.
Oh, as far as giving up yards.
Right.
Well, I'm not surprised about the passing, 12th, because like I said, the secondary is always questionable.
Yeah, but you got to figure 12 out of 32. That's excellent. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got 20 teams behind. Come on now. The passing defense.
But see, that's going to go.
I figured the rush defense with that vaunted 9 defensive linemen they got. I mean.
Well, listen here. When they play Atlanta and Carolina and Green Bay and New Orleans, they can't. They're gonna give up more than that. I'm sorry. They got Green Bay coming up twice. Oakland, they quarterback ain't no joke. New Orleans, you know about Breeze, and of course Aaron Rodgers. That goes without saying. And we ain't gonna forget about the rookie Cam Newton, what numbers he can put up.
I hear you.
So let's keep it real now. The secondary, they got to get a little stronger in that secondary. I'm not taking nothing away against the teams that they played, but it gets a little hard as the season goes on.
I can live with being ranked number 12 in passing. The 18th in rushing, though, that's kind of we need to tighten that up a little bit. We can't be giving up that many yards per game on the ground.
And I know Best had a good game, when it came down to the Monday night game. But, 72 attempts, 353 yards, 4.9, average, 2 touchdowns. You got to step that up a little bit also. Calvin Johnson, Megatron, he doing his thing.
He lead the league in touchdowns, receptions at 9.
Call in 313-868-3688, Detroit Sports Jersey. I'm your host, Will, with the Water Cooler Guru. Feel free to let us know what's on your mind. 88.1 FM WHPR. Give us a call. So, do you think, what's your prediction today for the game?
Well, I know y'all going to hate me for this one.
Oh, they hated you last week, and you still. And they might love you because you picked Chicago last week.
No. I took Detroit. That was the week I took Dallas.
Oh, you took that.
Yeah, I only picked against them.
No. You picked Chicago. It's only the second show. You picked Chicago. You said the same thing. Y'all gonna hate me. So they might love you.
Okay, well, I hate to say this, but I think they're overlooking San Francisco because they want to get back at Atlanta. Atlanta started the 0-16 season. So I think they might slip up and overlook San Francisco, and San Francisco may come here and steal one. And don't get me wrong, I don't think San Francisco is a better team, but I just think San Francisco is going to win today.
Do you think, like last, now I don't know if there's going to be the many fans as it was on the Monday night, but last Monday night they nearly had 68,000 fans down there. They caused Chicago to have 9 false starts, 6 in the first half. That's like 1 every 8 snaps. And they haven't been 5-0 since 1956, and you got the Michigan quarterback coming home. Do you think any of that or all of that will play a factor in today's game? And fans, feel free to call in if you feel, if you'd like to make a prediction or a pick today, 313-868-3688. So what do you think, Water Cooler Guru?
Well, San Francisco has been practicing with loud music blaring, so they're getting prepared for
that old gag, huh?
And I'm looking at Alex Smith, which is a quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, that bum.
And he's not a bum. Like I said,
Man, he's a bum.
He's the third-rated quarterback in the NFL.
Numbers can be misleading.
No, they're not. He's completed 65% of his passes. And let me see,
Man, I bleed
he's
49ers blood.
he's got 7 touchdowns and only 1 interception.
Like I said, I bleed 49ers blood. When I know a bum, when I see a bum. You know, the numbers can be, misleading.
Okay.
He going to have to show me something today. He going to have to show me something.
I think he's showing the whole league something, man. I mean, he threw 126 passes, completed 83, 65%. I mean, well, your great Matthew Stafford only completed 63% of his passes.
My great Matthew Stafford. I said I'm a 49ers fan, brother. What is he talking about over here?
You know, so, I mean.
When Matthew got traded last night? He got traded. What do you think about the rookie coming back? Fairly playing. Actually, you know what? That was a good game to bring him back. Home game, Monday night game. Get the rust.
National
Yeah,
exposure, right.
exactly. Get the rust off
That's
of
going
him.
to benefit Detroit. They got about 9 defensive linemen they can throw at you. So it's really going to be an interesting game. And can they stop Gore?
Exactly. What do you think about the, the coach 49ers coming back, former Wolverine?
To be honest with you, to me they make too much hype over him. Like, what has he done?
Well, he took Stanford. They didn't win it,
Exactly.
But he put their program on the map. That's what they usually. That's when you got to strike it when it's hot. When you put a program on the map, you got to go with the hot hand at the time. So the 49ers felt that he was the hot coach. So that's why they went on and hired him.
So you fire a Hall of Famer.
Well, if that Hall of Fame is at the press conference pulling down his drawers, and he deserves to be fired.
I like a little excitement out of my coach.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Singletary. That's my boy. I loved him when he was in Chicago, but you can't be pulling down your pants.
What they made him mad?
Where you at? He in Minnesota now, ain't he?
With the assistant coach?
Defensive coordinator, something like that. Yeah, defensive coach. I believe he's, I'm not mistaken, he's with the Vikings. I could be wrong, but I believe he is.
All right, wake up, Detroit, and call in 313-868-3688.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Feel free. Let us know what's on your list. Where the fans at? Where they at?
Is
Come
nobody
on.
here to call in to take up for the line?
I'm over here bashing y'all with
Right.
my 49ers.
You got Will and the Guru saying that they're going to lose, and you have nothing to say?
313-868-3688. 88.1 FM WHPR, Detroit Sports Jersey, with your host Will and the Water Cooler Guru.
And if I'm not mistaken, but it ain't the same day, though. The last time the Tigers lost on the same day that they played, the Lions won.
Oh, okay.
So that might be a good sign.
Yeah, I believe it's, with the sellout crowd today, it's going to be very interesting, see,
Well, it should be some momentum from the Monday night game. It should be. Hopefully be packed.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the noise. You got to make a lot of noise. And Sue wants you to call out his name.
What's that again? How you want
Sue. Don't y'all forget that. Now, I started. You heard it here first last week. Now, that's what I want to hear.
What you say, Sue?
Sue. That's what I want to hear, y'all. Can you hear me, Detroit? Call in 313-868-3688.
That's going to be interesting with Sue playing here. I would love to get his opinion about the big game, when Nebraska play Michigan State. See what his opinion.
Oh, well, he's going to be.
Nebraska, but, he be showing some love. A very interesting thing about him when they was playing the Yankees. They called him walking down the streets. I think in Royal Oak or Ferndale with the Yankees gear on. He told me he didn't know they was playing the Yankees.
Yeah, okay.
Come on,
okay.
Sue. We know you don't.
You watch Sports Center just like
Exactly.
everybody else. Okay. You didn't know. Okay.
So,
We'll let you slide that down.
What is he going to have on this Nebraska,
Well, I'm wearing a Rangers jersey, and I didn't know the Tigers just lost to the Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Don't y'all know that the Water Cooler Guru has the nerves to have a Texas Rangers jersey on today?
Well, I'm just throwing out a little respect, man. You know what I mean? I mean, they beat us fair and square. They was the better team. And really, I'm still mad because if you notice the last,
You still mad?
I'm still mad, yeah, because the last 2 weeks of the season, I was emphasizing on my sports show that they need to beat out Texas for the home field advantage.
Yeah, this is true. Remember that one
And
game always come back to haunt them. Remember how it came back to haunt them a couple of years ago, that 163 game, one game play was against Minnesota, wasn't it?
Yeah. We was there.
It's always that
We
one
was
game.
there.
Always that one game.
We was there.
You know, so, yeah, so hopefully.
You know, we could have played Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay laid down like little mice. We could have set up our pitching rotation and let Texas and the Yankees battle it out. As a matter of fact, hopefully the Yankees would have took Texas out for them, then we could have just took the Yankees right back out.
Well, all I can say is the better team won, no doubt. Because Texas, from 1 through 9, and with the bullpen on top of that,
And then they pitching. As a matter of fact, they showed a stat on Fox Sports. No Texas pitcher went over 6 innings. Started pitcher went over 6 innings.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, like I said, from the top to the bottom, Texas had their
Well,
number.
the truth being said, you go back-to-back World Series, you're pretty good.
No, truth been told, if you really want to know, they really should have swept the Tigers the way they was playing. All the men they was leaving on bases. They should have been up, 3 down, 4 up, 4 down, been a sweep.
Well, really, Game 1, the Tigers should have won, man. They didn't give Verlander enough support, man.
Yeah.
I was watching, I think it was First Take or First and 10, one of the shows.
Uh-huh.
In the playoffs, you're going to give up more runs than you do in the regular season. So if I give up 3 runs in the playoffs, I want to win.
This is true. This is
true. I want to win.
This is true.
My best man out there, matter of fact, they scored 3, but they scored 7 the second time he was out there. But they had to. They only won 7-5. And I'm happy for Ron Washington too.
Yeah, because he's going to be if he was to win the World Series, wouldn't he be the first African-American coach to win them?
Second.
The second.
Cito Gas.
Okay, that's right. Toronto. That's right. Toronto. He won 2 over there, didn't he?
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Okay.
Back to back.
So let's show some love. I ain't mad at Texas totally. You got to support. The brother
and there's
out there.
a guy I work with. He's from Texas.
You mad at him too?
No. I call him Champ. And the reason I call him Champ because he goes with Texas. I don't care. Dallas Mavericks, anything Texas is in. And last year, I stole a pop from them when they played San Francisco, because all we wage is just pops. We keep it friendly. And San Francisco, they was dominating Texas. And as a matter of fact, I think it was 3-2 or 3-1 when we made the pop bet. So, now he got his pop back because I threw a pop on Detroit against Texas. So, the champ at my job, he's from Texas, and I just want to say, congratulations to your Texas team. And I'm rooting for them to win the whole thing.
313-868-3688. Feel free to call in if you have any questions about, today's game with the Lions, last night game, Tigers, yesterday afternoon game, Michigan State, or the high school. Who do you think Texas is going to be playing? Milwaukee, St. Louis?
Well, me and a buddy, we...
You got buddies?
I'm calling them associates because it's hard to get along with the water cooler guru. Because I like to go against the mainstream, you know what I mean? But
I ain't trying to be funny, but if I was standing there getting some water and you was bothering me, I wouldn't talk to you either. You see, I'm thirsty.
You can't be champ without critics, baby.
Can I at least get my water?
Well, when you're working, man, we're not like Skip Bayless and some other guys. We have to do our stuff in between breaks and in the lunchroom, at the water cooler. You know what I mean?
What happened to the black Skip Bayless from last week?
Oh, I'm still a black Skip Bayless. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you said you were standing at the water cooler guru. The water cooler. What happened?
Well, my man, he got the. I watched First Take yesterday.
Okay.
And Skip, he changes tunes in the middle of, what is good for one team is not good for another.
Okay.
For instance, a buddy of mine, he said, oh yeah, the road team is going to win the series, which was St. Louis and Detroit.
Okay.
And then he said Detroit's going to go in and they're going to beat Texas on the road 2 games. But St. Louis is going to go into Milwaukee and lose 2. I say, hold on now. You say one road team is going to win 2, and then the other road team can't even win one. So what is your? Well, I say, well, don't you feel if one road team wins, well, one home team win, both home teams should win. Home teams have the advantage, especially in the last two games, and especially like I told him, I said, at best, the Tigers probably would have won Game 6 and lost Game 7, at best.
Yeah, because you know what? Like I was trying to tell people, when Texas went up 2-0, right? And I try to tell people, there's no pressure on Texas because their mindset was not. We don't have to come to Detroit to win all three.
Exactly.
All we need is just one.
Zero. We still coming back home. We don't have to win another game, and we're gonna play back home.
Exactly. So there was no pressure on Texas. So they came in all loosey goosey, played their game and did what they had to do. Exactly. And actually, be quiet as it kept when they what was this, the last game that they played here. In Detroit almost lost that game.
That's what I'm saying. They had no relief.
Exactly.
Because it was up with 7-2, and they came back and made it 7-5.
Exactly. So
while they talking.
So
Leland gonna use the bullpen up early.
So
don't want to listen to me.
I'm gonna have to go.
Leland, you can call in at 313-868-3688. Get some tips from the water cooler guru. We're not professionals here, but we do got opinions.
Because it's like you ain't got nothing to do. I mean, your season over with.
Exactly. Call in. I know you're up.
You're cleaning out your locker and your desk. Some people want it to be for good. Frank Cotto to come in. I disagree with that. What do you think about it?
Well, Leland deserves to be here. I mean,
oh, yeah, no doubt.
Replace him with who?
Well, everybody want them, Frank Cotto, the former Boston Red Sox coach to come and coach the Tigers now. Because they get what the thing about it is, they mad because Leland like to take chances. He gutsy. And a lot of fans, they get nervous. They on edge. They can't stand that. But then when it pays off, all of a sudden, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And you know what? Let me emphasize this, too. I would criticize Leland, but I don't think you need to get rid of him because it ain't, he's about one of the best managers out there. But when you're in a job like manager, we get to sit on the couch and second guess you.
Okay, exactly.
So they talking about getting rid of him, and Dombrowski, the general manager, they done great jobs without a doubt. I think both of them should have a job next year.
Yeah, this is true. I'm looking on here and it says that the agent for CC said he want to stay with the Yankees. So I guess those rumors.
Well, who gonna pay him any more than the Yankees? That's why he want to stay. Money talk.
He said, This is true. So, we'll see what happens after the end of the season. He probably just saying that, get that more money. So, you think the Tigers should go after him?
No, the Tigers don't pay that type of money to play. And really, as a matter of fact, is anybody out there free agent this year that's a number 2 or number 3 starter? Because they already got the number 1 Verlander. And then I'm going to tip my hat to Pfister. Pfister was outstanding from the time he came over to the end of the season. I mean, outstanding.
Oh, they're saying that the Rangers could be losing C.J. Wilson. That's one reason they go after C.C. So.
I'll pull up his age.
Where is it at? They don't even say. They're just going to his stats. But yeah. If I was the Tigers, I'd throw my hat in the ring.
That wouldn't hurt.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Well, I question their starting pitching all along because they just didn't have enough. I just didn't see them going far without more starting pitching.
Exactly. After JV, that was it.
Well, Pfister came through. I mean, I'm not taking nothing. Pfister, I'm keeping Pfister. If they get rid of Pfister, something is really wrong.
Okay.
Now, Scherzer, Penny, Porcello, I mean, matter of fact, I think Porcello's only 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Porcello's got room for improvement. Penny, I'm sorry, Penny, nothing personal. But you can catch the next.
He probably ain't taking it personal. He said, "You don't even know him, no way."
You can take the next Greyhound out. I'll see you. Wouldn't want to be you. But as a matter of fact, what did you do for us lately? Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to your stats. Let me see. Oh, Penny. Oh my God.
What'd he do?
Matter of fact, Penny, you catch a cab out. Don't even wait on the ground. He the one at the 27 ERA
What?
in the playoffs.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't most definitely don't need
Matter
him.
of fact, the Lions might can use him. 27 runs a game. Them, that's 4 touchdowns per there.
Let's get back to this Lions game while we got a few minutes left. So, do you think after today they're gonna be 6-0 or?
Well, like I said,
5-1?
San Francisco is going to take him.
Yeah, okay. I have to agree with you since that's my team. I'm gonna have to go with the 49ers. It might be a tight game. Give me a final score.
I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going 27-24 Frisco.
27-24.
Frisco.
I'm gonna predict 38-21 Frisco.
Frisco defense is pretty good. I don't think they're going to give it that many. And the quarterback don't turn the ball over. So,
Well, if you shut down Megatron, basically,
Well, it's going to be hard to throw if your quarterback's on his back. I think San Francisco's going to put some pressure on Stafford because there's no run game. We can sit back and pin our ears back and just come on after the quarterback.
yeah.
Put some pressure on him.
Before we get out of here, too, I want to also announce that there's a fundraiser, a tailgate fish fry going down on for Lieutenant Robert Murray, a Detroit firefighter who lost his life. It's in honor of him. Donations $10. It's down there in Eastern Market, right by the fire station down there. So, we want to, people go down there and, buy you some fish. $10, that ain't bad to help the family. Come on now, you spend that weekly on your party supplies, and you know what I'm talking about. So go down there.
That the firefighters
Exactly. Yeah, the firefighters, they put their life on the line every day. Matter of fact,
And the
this
pay is
guy
not all that great. It ain't like they get rich being a firefighter.
exactly, and not only this guy wasn't even on duty; he was on his way to work, and he helped save a family life. And then a year later, unfortunately, he passed away from an aneurysm. So they went down there raising money for his family. So go down there, the Eastern Market to the tailgate
love,
today.
Detroit.
Right, exactly. We need our firefighters. I know they get a bad rap in the city, but this is something good is going on that feel free to give back.
You never know when you may need them.
Exactly.
Or off duty when come and save your life or your loved one's life.
This is true. You're right about that. So, any final thoughts for today?
Well, I hope everybody come out and watch the PSL High School Football Championship next week at Ford Field. It would be nice to support our team. And we can get a little more support from Wayne State, too, even though they lost their first game. Maybe if we would have showed them a little more love, they would have been a little bit stronger. But hopefully something good. They only lost one, so if we can just win out, we should be in pretty good shape.
And that's next Friday, Ford Field at 7 p.m. PSL Crockett against King. So get down there.
And you got Douglas and Henry Ford.
So get down there and support the, future of the Sundays. It's coming up. That's what it's all about. Okay, sports fan, this is our knockout punch. Thank you for listening to Detroit Sports Jersey on 88.1 FM WHPR every Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm your host, Will, with the Water Cooler Guru. Until next week, feel free, to join us. We love you, we respect you, and can't wait to hear from you next week. Get up out of bed, too. Make a phone
thanks
call.
For all the calls.
Exactly. What? Oh, thank you. There you go. There you go. Yeah. All right. Until next week, we love you.
Thank you for tuning in to Detroit Sports Jersey. Until next week, same place, same time, Sunday at 10 a.m. on FM 88.1 WHPR, Power Talk Live Radio with your host, Will, and co-host, the Water Cooler Guru. Live call-in number 313-868-3688. Live streaming at FM881WHPR.com. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. Have a great week.
FM 88.1 WHPR, Highland Park.